I was born and raised in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. I lived there my entire life. Rio is a very crazy mixture of a big city, um, crazy city at the same time that is surrounded by nature. And it's different from Prague because the nature in Rio is more wild. There's hills, mountains, rivers, waterfalls, beaches, and it's a very intense tropical city. The weather and the people are warm. There's this feeling of a constant party in the streets. People stay out until late, laughing, drinking, being loud. It's a very vibrant, colorful city. It's a place that you feel you are alive, but at the same time, it's a city full of contrasts. Very luxurious buildings, for example, are next to favelas. So poverty and richness are side by side, and it can be very tough, a very tough life. There's a lot of racism, social inequality. So life in Rio can be wonderful and horrible.
I grew up in Prague from when I was 3 years old. I would describe Prague as pretty small city. Um, Everything is very close to everything, and you can walk by foot easily where you want to go, which I like a lot. And I would say that it's a pretty small, so a lot of people know each other, and the community, like especially like in the with the people I in the bubble I am in, so it's everyone is like aware of everyone, so it's pretty small. And Prague in general, I don't know, like there are a lot of tourists, obviously, especially now. And yeah, it's a nice city. I like living here.
It was kind of random. I wanted to escape France. That was the main point. So I wanted to go abroad. And I visited Prague 3 years ago, and I thought, it looks cool. I could see myself studying here, so I applied. Prague is really nice for its architecture, and the city is really pretty. But to me, what's special about it is the dynamics that I have in the city, like how people meet each other, how projects start and go on. I feel like there's like a very special dynamic here that I didn't really experience in other places. So I really like that. I think this is what I find the most interesting in Prague.
It's yeah, it's like that's like a big reason why I went to Prague and wanted to go to Prague was because I had this big expectations of like this um, most prestigious art schools, and I was like super excited to be um, in this environment where it it has a spark and everybody is so like into what they're doing. And then I came here and I was kind of disappointed because I realized that it's like the same kind of as in high school, that like half of the people don't really care that much, and half of the people are depressed with what they're doing. So that kind of burst my bubble. And ever since then, I've been trying to find this like motivation to do the stuff as I had before coming here. Because when you're like in a smaller city or somewhere where there's not that many things happening, you have this idea of like the ideal way that it might work in a bigger city. So you're expecting something else than it is, and then you come here and you realize how the art world functions, like how exhibitions get done, how you have to like propagate yourself, your identity, and it's not just about doing what you like to do anymore. It's about like trying to find or grow this place in this art world, and the uncertainty of if you actually want to be in it or not. It's a small room, not so small, not so big. One thing that I like is this room have very high ceiling. I moved here 4 months ago. I had to build all this kind of space because I haven't had anything. And yes, you can find a bed, a wardrobe, my bicycle, my desk, and my plants. For me, the most interesting part is this part. This is my favorite corner because I have my some stuff that I brought from Lima, and actually my friends that are from Lima and they came to visit me. They told me that this room looks very similar to my room in Lima, and because I had kind of the same position of the stuff and the same colors and the same postcards.
I think is the table here. It's interesting because it was from the wine shop, so it reminds me the history of the place itself, and it's nice because I don't know, these chairs are very high, and you always feel like you're in a bar shop.
Yeah, for me it's the same place, but in the opposite side, because I prefer to watch the door of the kitchen that is not a door but it's just the arc of the kitchen, because we put some items on the arc, like little items in ceramic or bracelets, things.
Our guardians.
Our guardians. You can see the light of the kitchen, and don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know. I come from a family where it was like kind of normal, or like it wasn't anything weird for me to go study art because my parents were always kind of involved in theater, and my grandfather was like a painter and also a little bit like a typographer. At his time, it wasn't, of course, like the design, but he was drawing everything by hand and stuff. So for me, it was just natural to go study art, and I didn't really think about it. I couldn't imagine also myself studying something else.
There is no art background in my family and stuff. And I was in the Amazon for some months doing well many parts, dealing with communities, and then at some point learning how to make pottery, clay traditionally, and doing one piece for 1 week. So it was the first time that I spent a long time doing one single thing, and I felt a state of peace that I never felt before. And then I said, "Shit, I have to do something with my hand, like create something." And then I moved to arts. But then yes, after the Amazon I came, the pandemic started, I was crazy, had a lot of energy in my mind and dreams, and I just had to take them out and started to paint, and that's it.
Art for me, it's like inside of me that I found it from my childhood. For me, it's like to go into my uh, own world because I think I'm an introvert person. So art helps me to express myself. For me, it's really personal thing, and I really like to paint like really beautiful things come out from me to present it in a beautiful way because I wanted to, not just like the other artists that they wanted to show and the negative part of the society. I'm not like that. I don't criticize it, but this is not my type of art. I wanted to see beautiful things when I create something art to give me a good feel, to feel good.
I think it depends, of course, which kind of feelings I have inside my head, inside my body. So, because art is you, firstly. So that's why when I just started, I was really curious. Also, I felt really tired because you have to learn all the perspective, how to build this goddamn cube. But then, when I was more educated in this sphere, I was really inspired by this. But then, of course, we have this kind of like issues how to teach the painter how to paint. After a few times when I had a lot of homework where I have to copy a lot of things, I started to burning out from this like art stuff. But now I'm coming back, so I'm experimenting. So now.
Like it could be like there could be different directions this question could go into, because I could talk about the the fine art world, the contemporary art scene, which I mostly don't get connected to. And you could talk about kind of art in general, and I think art, like kind of this abstract idea of artists, I think it presents much more in other mediums than fine arts. For me, I think it's important that there will be some kind of more clear uh, application of what you do. So the fact that you are working with some text with someone else, and this is supposed to be a book or it's supposed to be a movie that is having some kind of place in the world systems, it is a bit more fair system for creation. I don't know, it's not total, but in general, I think it's gives some kind of more relevant result.
Yes, I have this kind of confusing. Like my parents, they asked me, well, where you get your another job, and what's your future if you are studying this, and if you can survive, when you are going to have your family, your house, your car. And actually, for me, it's really stressful. I always like question myself, like, is it worse? Is this if I will regret for this? But at least now I will say no.
I think I don't know much people which are like full illustrators. I think there is not enough books or project which could be well paid for it to be independent illustrator. Like usually you have to combine with something else, like teaching or whatever. But or you have to do much more like commercial things. But I think like no, this is what I'm thinking a lot about this definition of like your job. I think you can be illustrator even that you are doing one book for 1 year and between this doing something else, but the thing which you can identify could be illustrator even if you are not doing like it's your main work.
I haven't decided yet, but I think I will probably look for a job here. For example, architecture studio or interior design studio. But at the same time, kind of I would like to try something different. I have a part-time job taking photos for others, so maybe it would be my uh, one of my choice, right? To be a photographer in some place, but maybe in Prague or back to Taiwan.
I mean, I still sometimes think about it because I've not now. I still have a little bit of time where I can just like let's say chill. But I know that I will finish school now. I will go home and then I will have to find a job in the area that I want to do or what I have studied. And sometimes I have doubts if I will be able to do it good because like shitty graphic design or shitty visual communication is not good. It shouldn't be out there. So in that sense, I kind of doubt myself if I will be able to actually work and do it good because I want to do it good. So yeah, I am doubting myself more now when I'm kind of finishing my studies. But when I was doing the studies, I was kind of like, oh, it's cool. I have this brief, I have that brief. I will do it. It's fine. I will have my consultations, and during the consultations, they kind of tell me what to do to make it better. So I felt like safe, and I still feel safe with my like diploma project. But that is the thing that frightens me. When I go out, I won't have these consultations. I will have to do it, and the first time I do it, it has to be done good, if that makes sense. So, yeah, it's kind of 50-50.
I used to have this dream, but I like halfly give up or halfly forgot about it. But I want to have something like a bookshop, library, or bakery kind of mixture, the mixed thing together, and which can like I can sell some very affordable food for people in around the community, and also like uh I can have like a bookshelf which people can give books, and also that people can just come and read books, and I think mostly like more progressive books would be ideal, yeah, and like more maybe like poetry or art books or something like this. Like this is my dream.